So continuing the Resident Evil series of videos and also my fictional viruses, a lot of people have recommended and requested that I cover the Golgotha, or the abbreviated G-virus. This is a highly advanced strain of the progenitor virus possessing incredible regenerative abilities capable of basically granting the infected biological immortality. The G-virus itself was discovered way back in 1988 in the body of Lisa Trevor. This is the biological weapons test subject that was kept at Umbrella's USA's top secret Arklay laboratory. During the time there, Trevor had been injected with a variety of viral strains over a 20-year period, and ever since her initial progenitor virus infection in 1967, she had survived tests that others had perished from. During the third stage of Umbrella's bioweapons research and testing, they began to attempt to create highly intelligent weapons, and as such they created the Nemesis project. And as we know, a certain parasite was crucial to that project taking off. However, initially, the parasite would kill its host after 5 minutes of taking over its nervous system. Dr. William Birkin, the then chief of research at the Arklay laboratory, procured one of the prototypes and implanted it within Lisa's body. The parasite was killed by Lisa's body and its DNA absorbed into her genome. As such, Dr. Birkin began searching for the cause of this mutation. They isolated the then primitive G-virus, and Birkin theorized that a G-virus infection could induce mutations within the human body more beneficial than the random mutations and zombification observed with the T-virus. Dr. Oswell E. Spencer, himself an avid eugenicist, supported Birkin's research on the G-virus despite it being unrelated to their bioweapons research, and invested construction in a new facility beneath Raccoon City to support it. The transmission of the G-virus has a primary means of infection through injections. To date, only 2 individuals have been witnessed undergoing primary infection, Dr. William Birkin and Curtis Miller. Unlike creatures created by the T-virus, the G-virus cannot pass infection onto other creatures through physical contact and injury, i.e. blood, bites, open wounds, and bodily fluids. The secondary stage of infection is drastically different and relates to the G-virus's reproductive system. If a G decides upon using a human as a breeding tool, they will turn the individual into a host for its embryo through oral implantation with its reproductive organ, as seen on William to be on his hand. Should the host then be a complementary genetic makeup to the parasite, this is often identical blood groups, as with William and his daughter Sherry, then a bond between the two will form, leading to the host's assimilation by the parasite, and subsequent mutation into a creature, perhaps comparable to the first G. To date, this occurrence has not been recorded as having happened due to the rarity of the G-virus usage. The only successfully implanted host with a DNA match, Sherry Birkin, was saved from assimilation by the experimental G vaccine, codenamed Devil, before mutation could occur with help from her mother, Annette, and Claire Redfield. Alternatively, a host whose DNA is incompatible will reject the parasite in a matter of minutes. The embryo rapidly grows inside its host before bursting from their chest, and upon exiting the host body, the embryo will quickly mutate into its adult form. The effects of the G-virus can easily be witnessed by its own creator, William Birkin. The G-virus is capable of revitalizing the body of its host. However, the host becomes mutated into a monstrous creation that loses any human memories, becoming driven by only instinct. Signs of G-virus infection indicate an increase in muscle mass of the host with mutated sections of flesh over the upper body, an enlarged third eye on the shoulder, and extended claws on a single hand. The G-virus grants its host increased strength, durability, vitality, and strong abilities of regeneration. Also, the G-virus is capable of cellular mutations to the body should it sustain severe injuries, allowing it to mutate into a more powerful form to adapt to various conditions. Even with the G vaccine, the virus can still change to the body, retaining the regenerative factors. However, the G-virus infected individual can only sustain so much damage to their body before it becomes destabilized, leaving the G-virus only to regenerate and evolve what remains. The G-virus is also capable of reanimating dead bodies, creating the G-zombie. So what can you do if you become infected with the G virus? Alongside work on the G virus, doctors William and Annette Birkin also devised the G vaccine, the devil vaccine, to suppress the virus's takeover of the body. However, as the vaccine could only be injected into an infectee who still had not succumbed to the virus, its only realistic usage would be the administration of hosts, particularly hosts genetically similar to the G. When Sherry Birkin was vaccinated, some aspects of the virus was preserved within her DNA. In the same vein as Lisa Trevor, Sherry developed extraordinary regenerative abilities, though nowhere near what she could have been capable of if left unvaccinated. So there you have it, guys, the G virus and a little bit on the G vaccine. What did you guys think of the G virus and also the G creature? I know at the end of these videos I generally speaking compare a lot of the content to the most recent Resident Evil game, but I do have to say there are a lot of comparisons to the creatures that we saw in that game. Especially the father of the family when he went absolutely berserk and mutated into an incredibly monstrous creation. Especially the additions of the extra eyes along the body would lead one to believe potentially the G virus was at play here. However, when you look into the specifics behind Resident Evil 7, they do state that actually there is no specific virus at play and it's more kind of like a fungal infection, which I do find quite surprising, especially with regards to the Resident Evil mythos and what they stand for and how things kind of play out, especially because there was a vaccine in the game. But like I say, I think potentially they may retrofit it into the Resident Evil franchise and have it as the G, especially considering what the monstrous father of the family ended up looking like. However, that is just my personal thoughts on the matter and unconfirmed at this point in time. What I would say though is, what do you guys think of the G virus? Do you find it to be an interesting addition to the Resident Evil mythos, or do you find it to be one of those unnecessary things which they added further down the line to the universe? And would you like to see it make a return? I've spoke about Resident Evil Biohazard a lot, and a lot of people have questioned and stated that they didn't really like the game. I've got to say, from a personal standpoint, I absolutely loved Resident Evil 7. It was a fantastic game, and although it's definitely not in line with the originals, or anything along that line, I will say it definitely revitalized the franchise in a great way. So, if they made a return with the G virus in a further Resident Evil game similar to Resident Evil 7, I would not be too disgruntled by it at all. But again, that's just my personal thoughts. So, please do leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm unsure whether there will be a Saturday video, so if there isn't, I do apologise. I am going away, I'm taking a short break, so I'm taking this opportunity just to let you guys know. But I should have enough time to get some stuff together for you all. That being said, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, please do, as I may take some photos whilst I am out and about and away. You can do so over at Mr. H Reviews on both of those platforms. And if you weren't aware, because I know a lot of people don't get notifications and generally speaking they don't watch every single bit of my content, I've actually started a weekly vlog series. Yes, that's right. The big face reveal happened. Again, a lot of people haven't seen it because YouTube doesn't like to notify their subscribers. Thank you very much. But yeah, I've done the big face reveal, and now what I do is a weekly vlog that comes out on Wednesdays. There's a whole vlog playlist, so please do go and take a look. You might be interested in kind of what I get up to and maybe me as a person. It's not for everyone, I know. But again, because I've got you, I want to take the opportunity just to let you guys know, because some of you guys might be interested. And if you're into cars and working out, well, you might really like them, to be perfectly honest. And if you have any further suggestions for me to cover anything specific within the Resident Evil universe, please do leave those comments down below. Like I said, as proven, this video is essentially a viewer requested topic. That's why I brought it here so quickly, and much like the Tyrant, which I did last week. So if there is anything that you really do want me to cover, then by all means leave it down below. I read all comments, or at least 99% of them, and I will get back to you guys on that with a video as a response. Anyway, and as always guys, I've been Mr. H, and until next time, I will catch you in the comment section.